This video describes what I learned in order to get a spare tire for my Ford Transit-based Tiffin Class C motorhome. I'm not a mechanic or expert in this area, so the views presented in this video are just my opinion from what I learned in my research for my particular situation. Your situation might be different, so be sure to do your own research, consult with your RV or Ford dealer or a competent tire shop in deciding how to obtain and use a spare tire, and also refer to your owner's manual. There are only a few makes of small Class C motorhomes that come with spare tires. However, I don't believe that any of the Ford Transit chassis-based Class Cs come with spare tires, except for the Winnebago Ekko. In summary, I chose a steel rim for my spare because two aluminum rims on one side of my rear axle would not allow for sufficient threads on the lug nuts. This is because the aluminum rims are about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch thicker at the lug than a steel rim. A steel rim with the proper bolt pattern and dimensions will fit all wheel positions and will allow each lug nut to be threaded on completely. Note that my tire shop couldn't remove the car's wheels on my motorhome because of interference with the manufacturer's fender, so I had to do some trimming on my own. If you don't get a spare or even have room for one, at least be sure to have an air pump with you. However, I encountered two problems with air pumps. First, my 12-volt air pump would not work when I added an extension cord to it from my cigarette lighter, so I went with the 120-volt version and will use my inverter or generator in the RV as required. And secondly, the common quick-release type of air connection on the pump to the valve stem makes it difficult to connect to the valve stems on rear tires. In my case, I bought an adapter in order to use a dual chuck connection. Also, be aware that the specific tire size for a Ford Transit 350 HD may not be readily available in your area. A major national tire shop near me told me that they normally don't carry that size of tire in stock, and the nearest available tire was 300 miles and 3 to 5 days away. In addition, even though the Ford Transit comes with tire pressure monitoring, my front tires are a little low in this instance, be sure to always have a dual chuck type tire gauge with you in order to check the rear tire pressures manually if needed. I also bought a tool that allows me to access the rear inside valve stem caps if needed, but my valve stem caps are self-sealing type, so I'll probably never ever need this tool. Also, if the motorhome did not come with a spare tire, it most likely did not come with a jack or lug wrench. Now, I have a high-capacity floor jack that I use when working in my driveway, and a 3-ton scissor jack for emergencies when traveling. But if someone has experience with a small Ford hydraulic jack for this chassis and can confirm its parts number, I'd appreciate it, and would you please leave that information in the comment section below. I also purchased a 21mm lug wrench, but I needed an extension for the ratchet wrench to reach inside of the deep rear wheel. Note that the lug nuts need to be tightened in a specific order and torqued as per the owner's manual. Another point. The Ford owner's manual describes a small plastic tool to remove the hubcap from the wheel. Well, I couldn't find a local Ford parts department person or even someone with their corporate customer service who knew what I was talking about. So I improvised with an old set of curved needle nose pliers that I can stick in the hubcap hole and jerk it off if needed. Finally, let's discuss Ford part numbers for a wheel. There are plenty of new and used aluminum and steel wheels for the Transit available online. However, it's very confusing to determine the exact part number, and the Ford parts site doesn't help resolve this confusion. Eventually, I just had to trust the seller's description, and I was fortunate that the wheel I selected fit perfectly. In the meantime, I learned that there are 3 different wheel part numbers on a dually Ford Transit. The front wheels, which are aluminum, polished on the convex side, have one number. The rear outside wheels are also aluminum, but are polished on the concave side, and they have another number. And on the inside rear wheels, which are still have a 3rd number. Well, I hope that my video has been informative to you. Please let me know in the comments section below if you found any errors, if you've got questions or suggestions. Thank you.